PowerUsers and PowerTags. In tutorial number 6, we would like to explain a little bit about our PowerUser PowerTag categories for PowerMail. This is essentially a remote way of controlling a lot of the article parameters. Let's go to the Help section and basically look under PowerTag use. Here it explains essentially the 10 PowerTags that can be used by PowerUsers. We've got alias to override the author, publishing up or down to tell when we want the article to show up or to disappear from your website. This state is for the article being unpublished, published, or expired, or in the trash. I'm not sure why you'd want to do that, but we added it anyways. Then we have front page if you want the article to be on the front page. You can choose a different section ID or category ID if you put the right number here. You can add a meta key or meta description, and then you can also access, change the access for registered or special users if you want the article to be hidden and only showing up to your registered users. Now those are PowerTags, which are really used only by PowerUsers, and you get to tell which of your email buddies are PowerUsers. Global tags, however, can be for anyone. So these tags are available to all users, even someone who's not a PowerUser. And that is a read more tag and an end tag. So if they want to cut off the end, unwanted footers, or things like that. So let's go ahead and just take a gander and look. So let's first look at our users. Here we have one PowerUser. It happens to be this email address. So if an email comes from this email address, it will allow PowerTags to be enabled. Let's also look at our parameters and see how we have this set up. Here we have publishing new content for everybody. We're going to turn that off. It's actually safer to leave this off and then allow people to be tagged that you will allow content. And we have the access control as public. We could have everything go to the registered and we'll registered content, and we have our default section and category as about Joomla and the project. So we'll change our properties a little bit that way, and we'll override those properties with our PowerTags here in just a minute. I'm going to go quickly to the section manager, and I'm going to note that I want this to go to the news section, which is ID number 1. So that's my section ID, and then I'm going to check my category manager for my news. Here I have two. I have latest and newsflash. I'm going to put this in category number 1 as well. So that's essentially what we have for our section and category IDs. Now let's go ahead and compose our email. I've made a small little email here, and I've actually just put the description of the help file. So let's put the name. We're going to put the name John Doe here for the author. And I will just forget about publishing up because I want it to publish today. Whoops, I think I messed that up. Let's try that again. Actually, I'll tell you what. Let's change that to 2009, and we'll make that January 1st, and we'll make that there. So that will be published, obviously, and let's take it down sometime in the future. So let's take it down in 2011, and we'll say let's take it down the first day of 2011, so January of that. Now we don't want all of these. We're going to say that this article should be published, so let's get rid of that one, and we can get rid of these two here. We'll leave that. We'll say article will be published. Article will be on the front page. We'll go ahead and leave that and put the article on the front page. We're going to publish this to section 1 and category 1. And we'll put a meta key as content, and we'll put description as this is content for our site, and then access, we're not going to leave both of these. We want this to go to the public, so we will actually get rid of this one. Public is the default, 0. Actually, I've never tried putting this. I've usually run the website everything going public, and then so we'll change this to public. Now what you're going to notice is these PowerTags, everything that's in these curly brackets, is going to disappear. You won't see this in the email. You won't see this or this. You will see this text here, like for instance, let's put that text here in highlighted just so you can see that. This stuff here, bold that, will be there, and let's underline that. And we'll leave the rest as is for now. But anyhow, these things should disappear and the rest of the content should be there. Now, if we'd like, we can put in a global tag here, and let's do that. Let's put in read more. And let's go to the end of the thing and we'll put in some other content that we don't want to see. And then we'll go up here to the end of this and we'll put in our end tag. Now, if everything works like it should, we should not see this last line, even though we have made this in bright yellow. We shouldn't see that because of the end tag here. So let's go ahead and send this off and see if it acts like it should. We'll send that off, and here we are back into our back end. I'll go down to the PowerMail, and let's just go ahead to, to content, and we will hit retrieve content. And there we are. PowerTags explained. It is published, so that's a good sign. And actually, let's check our email. And there's our new PowerMail content. Here we have it. And let's see what we got, if things worked. Looks like so far this looks good. We've got the author. And here it says Stan, but I think that is not overridden in this. This actually tells the true author. And here it says article will be published. Article will be on the front page, and these are the, I didn't take those out, so that was all. Article will be only viewed by public users, and that last sentence is missing, so that's a good sign. Let's go ahead and see if our published dates and all that worked. So here we are in the back end of the editing. There's our read more, got placed right where we wanted it, and the end tag did seem to work. Here's our starting publishing in the 1st of January of 2009. Here's our finishing publishing. Our access level was public, and our author alias is John Doe. Let's look at the front end of the website. It is on a published, and it went to news and latest. So everything seems to have worked for our power tags. And here we are on the front page. Power tags explain, place the name of the author. And here's written by John Doe. And it is today's date, which is written. And we'll click read more. And there we have the rest of the article. So there you have it. Power tags are a very powerful way to control your content and your articles. What we should notice, and we're going to talk about this in another tutorial, is that power tags have priority over everything else within PowerMail. So if something is set up for your user or your account, but you have a power user and they put a power tag in, it has the top priority, and it will override everything else. That's nice to know that you can count on your power tag to take your content to where you'd like to have it. Thank you very much.